You know, over the past 5 months, we have discovered dozens of schools are flunking crucial public safety tests required by law. And it turns out there is both blame and confusion for everyone involved, from school administrators to state and local officials. News 12's Tara Rosenblum has the conclusion to her special investigation, Playing with Fire.
And Scott, by speaking out so candidly, a number of people you're about to meet are putting their jobs on the line because they believe lives are on the line.
Do you worry for these children?
Every day.
Spring Valley Fire Inspector Ray Guarnuccio has a day job that keeps him up most nights. He thinks it's only a matter of time before a child is hurt or killed at one of Rockland's many religious schools.
I don't even know how the parents allow their children to be in those schools. They got to see the conditions of the classes.
These pictures reveal a small taste of the fire code violations he sees and that we uncovered over a 5-month investigation. Hanging electrical wires, expired extinguishers, uncovered ceiling lights, not to mention the sanitary conditions we found in places like Emery Shufar in Muncie.
There's no tissues. No soap.
So do you get worried that you get dirty?
Oh, what man does in my pants?
And then there's the single-family homes, seemingly converted into schools overnight.
It's dangerous. It doesn't belong here. We're not zoned for this.
Annette Dorr lives right next door to the Or Yochanan Yeshiva in Suffern, and each day she watches, as we did, as more than 200 young boys arrive to study in a 4,000-square-foot family home.
The cars, the horrific playground equipment, the sprinkler systems are not working in that building.
Sprinkler system up to date.
While Rabbi David Kalish insists his yeshiva is safe and the town inspectors back him up, the state says differently, according to the scathing report dated in January this year that found 5 serious violations relating to everything from sprinkler systems to far too narrow corridors.
It's putting the kids' lives in danger, and it's going to take a fatality before something gets done about it in the town of Ramapo.
Safety is our main concern.
Can you show us the compliance record?
I have it, but I don't want to go into the building now with the kids.
We also paid visits to 54 other private schools in the area and found a majority of them were equally as reluctant to share their safety records.
Out of the building.
And or had reports that were outdated. Your fire safety compliance record expired in 2008. Do you have any comments on that? Expired or missing. We didn't see it on any of the walls.
Get out of here.
You're not welcome here.
Shutting them down would require action with New York's highest court. But before you make up your mind about Rockland's religious schools, a majority of which are Jewish, you need to meet Rabbi Moshe Schwab, who founded Yeshiva Degel HaTorah in Spring Valley.
Unfortunately, we're an easy target.
Rabbi Schwab thinks there are anti-Semitic undertones in the ongoing debate for fire safety.
There's so much good family life values. You find one person doing something wrong, then everything goes haywire. I find 2 people, then it's an atomic bomb. We're Jews in exile.
Schwab says many yeshivas are well-intentioned, but might not be able to afford the cost of inspections or have a difficult time getting anyone to do them.
I have to nudge the fire inspector to inspect us because, unfortunately, because of budget constraints, he's also short-handed.
To which Inspector Guarnuccio admits.
We're trying to do the best we can with what we have. And obviously that's not enough.
Certainly not according to the New York State Secretary of State, who issued an order just last month finding the village has not complied with the minimum standards relating to periodic fire safety and property maintenance inspections.
It's not worth the paper it's written on.
Guarnuccio and his part-time partner, Frank Youngman, say without more state funding to hire more people, their hands are tied.
I just don't understand why we're not getting the help.
It just seems like the powers that be are more or less looking for the almighty vote rather than doing what's right.
And so we presented our findings to Assemblyman Ken Zabrowski.
This is one of the most important issues for me in my district. We're this close to a major catastrophe at one of these schools. And so far it's fallen on deaf ears, and it's frustrating and it's unacceptable.
So unacceptable, he sent this letter to the head of the New York State Board of Education, issuing warnings and asking for help. But when we caught up with the newly appointed commissioner, Mary Ellen Elia, about the pervasive problem, we were told.
Particularly not our role as the state ed department to do those inspections. So we've alerted people to that, and that's in their responsibility.
A responsibility she says lies with the New York State Secretary of State Cesar Perales, but he told us it's really the Department of Education that can shut down unsafe schools by revoking their certificates of occupancy, but doesn't. He added, the department agrees this is a pressing issue. We will assist SED in developing an immediate action plan. But until that action plan becomes actual action, you have dozens of schools out of compliance, overworked fire inspectors, hesitant state officials, and tens of thousands of private school students with little more than faith to protect them. And as the result of our report and increased pressure from state lawmakers, we just learned that the state education department has sent out for the first time a letter reminding all private schools of their annual fire safety requirements. The report was due last week. We're told to expect an updated list of non-compliant schools in the next few weeks. So obviously, we're going to keep following the developments here.
Yeah.